This is Anakar from WPGN, and I usually talk about, our Minecraft stuff that's going on, make a video about those or something. But today we're going to talk about something different. And I decided to, touch on this because there's been a lot of, there's always the war between which is better, PC or computer or console. And there's always people saying, "Oh, well, PC is master race." No, no, no. Well, console is master race. Oh, PC is master race. Okay. First of all, I've been in some of these discussions, and y'all need to shut the hell up because here's the facts. All right, consoles are great. I mean, I love consoles. I love playing, PS2 games. NES games, stuff like that. I mean, that is a pastime from my childhood that I will never, never forget. It was part of my upbringing. I've been a video gamer and a gamer since I could remember. I think I started playing games when I was like 4 or 5 years old, and just kind of went from there. And that's everything, console games, PC games, back when you had to boot them up in DOS and all that garbage. But there are some things between PCs and consoles that people don't think about when they portray these arguments or start them. Um, if you're going for the nostalgic feel of the controller and sitting with your friends on the floor playing a game, console is the best thing in the world because I mean that just really captures that childhood feeling of having your friends come over on the weekend and sitting down and playing like Super Smash Bros. Or Mario Kart or something like that. I mean, they're really good for that. That they're amazing. They're great to play. They're stable most of the time anyway. Um, but that's where they really shine is their ability to bring that nostalgia back. The problem today, and I'm not trying to be a jerk or anything, but technology has gotten so ridiculous that your computer now can do everything. You can emulate on it. You can use a controller with it. You can play just about any game you want. So computers, PCs are also a very viable argument as far as gaming goes. Now let's look at some other things here. There are some games that are only released for console, and there are some games that are only released for PC or Mac or whatever. You know, so obviously, if you don't own a console and you own a PC, you'll be able to play all the games that are available for PC, um, but not necessarily say the new game that came out on PlayStation. And if you own only a console, then you'll be able to play all the games that is made for that console, but you won't be able to enjoy, say a game that was particularly and specifically only made to be on PC. Um, so that's been a constant argument between people, which is better, blah 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 blah. Okay, neither of them are better. All right, the consoles they have their place, and PCs have their place. Um, Random phone going off. Anyway, now the thing here is to remember what you are after. Do you want that nostalgic feeling? Do you want to relive those moments of having your friends come over and play console games with you? If that's what you're after, buy a console. But if you are just simply wanting to enjoy gaming, buy a PC. Because you can emulate any other game on a PC. Um, and that's if you're not wanting to necessarily relive that nostalgic moment, then PC is the way to go, and there are a few reasons why. And I'm not advocating for one against the other here. I'm just stating facts. The computer will be able to perform above and beyond any console that is currently made today. There is not one box made by PlayStation, Microsoft, um, Sega, or any of those that can beat a computer as far as performance goes. The reasons for this is when we're talking about console housing, you have a certain amount of space. They have to be portable because they're a console. They have to be easy to use, easy to plug in, so on and so forth. So they're working with very limited room, um, and they have very little space to get a good cooling circuit going. So you don't see usually that good hardware in a console. Um, it's made to play the games that are designed for it, which is fine. However, with a computer, you can kind of expand on that quite a bit. You have stronger processors, stronger graphics processing units, more memory, bigger hard drives, a better cooling system, therefore allowing you much, much, much more performance than, say, a console. Now, I don't particularly have a dog in the fight because I play on both consoles and the PC. If you have the money to do that, then that's what you should do. None is better as far as the gaming experience goes. If you're just looking to play games and gain the entertainment value from them, it doesn't matter. But if we're talking about pure performance, yes, a PC will outperform a console any day. But if you're looking for that nostalgic moment where you can have your friends over and play Mario Kart and such, then console's what you're looking for. That's really about it. I've seen people get very, very defensive over either side, insults being hurled, and the discussion gets quite nasty, and it really doesn't need to. I mean, all you people that advocate for console, that's great. All you people that advocate for PC, that's great. But the fact of the matter is, neither is better than the other. The only downside, the only major difference as far as the marketing goes for a PC and a console is you spend $1,100 on a PC, it's going to last you a good while. You spend $400 on a console, and a new one comes out in the next year, year and a half, and they're charging the same amount or more for it. So say say up through your lifetime, you've bought every PlayStation that has come out. The original PlayStation, PS1, the PS2, the PS3, and now the PS4. If you bought them at market value, you've spent well over what it would cost you to build a good PC that would have lasted you from that time up until now. So the only real difference is the price and the amount of which they're able to do. You can't do much modding on files for people. Like if we're talking about, say Minecraft here, right? If it's just for the single player version and you don't want to play with on a server with multiple people or whatever, you just want to have that very limited, amount of play for single player, then yeah, owning it for console isn't a bad option. However, let's look at the PC version. PC version, you can buy it, you can mod it, you can play single player, or you can play multiplayer, you can do a lot of different things with it. You can edit the files, you can, have almost a limitless world until, I don't even, somebody figured it out once as to how far you could actually go in Minecraft before the world started eating itself. But, it's a much bigger world, doesn't lag quite as much, the rendering is a little better, well, a lot better, the graphics look nicer, you can edit your resource packs to make it look different, you get much more you can customize it more, you get much more, customization, as you do as you would over a console, which is you buy the game and that's what you get to play. Which is fine. I mean, I'm not saying that there's any problem with that. I'm sure that there's going to be people that, watch or listen to this video because I'm not really doing a whole lot on screen. It's just kind of my desktop, with a crap load of icons on it. But, people are going to listen to this and go, oh, well, you're a PC guy. And it's like, you know what? Yeah, I am a PC guy, but I'm also a console guy. I love playing some of the old Final Fantasies on console. I love playing Xenosaga on console. I love playing some of those old games that I don't really want to play on a computer. Why? Because it was originally designed for a console, and I happen to own that console, so I'm going to play it on the console that I own it for. I don't prefer one over the other. They both have their independent, uses and their independent charm, and that's the way it is. So nobody really should be arguing over this. It's stupid. The only difference is, cost and customization. And maybe a little bit of proprietary stuff as far as which games are released on what goes. But usually, nowadays they're doing a much better job of porting console games to PC if PC players want to play it, and they're a lot better with you know, designing games for PC and then later coming out with a version for console. So I mean, it's really not that big a deal. All you people need to calm the fuck down, and it's if you own a computer, enjoy a computer. If you want a console, buy a console. Neither one's better than the other. They both do different things. You can do different things with them. As far as I know, the only console that you can stream directly with right now is the Xbox One, because it pretty much uses Windows 8 as an operating system. It just looks a little different. But other than that, the only thing with streaming, other than the Xbox One, is that you do have to have a computer to stream from. You have to have the software. It's got to broadcast to Twitch. Da 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 da. But other than that, that's it. So let's stop this stupid. Console is master race, PC is master race. But yeah, neither of them are master race. They both do different things. You can do different stuff with them. It all depends on what you want personally. If you're a console person, then play console. If you're a PC person, then play PC. Fine, whatever. But what's really getting old is the people who only own console and have never tried PC, or the people who only own PC and never have tried consoles, because they think that one is inferior over the other. Shut the hell up. You're not helping anybody, and the more that you argue and insult people, the more that you're just making yourself look like an ass. I mean, consoles are great, PCs are great, so if you haven't tried it, just shut up about it. That's really about it. This is Xanacar from WPGN. Check out our other videos if you're interested in Minecraft, and I will talk to you all later.